Have you ever thought diabetes is only detected through obvious symptoms like intense thirst, nighttime urination, or unusual weight loss? But according to a study by the American Diabetes Association, over one-third of people over 65 live with diabetes without knowing it. What's scary isn't the disease. It's the feeling that everything is perfectly fine, because they are still eating, walking, and living their lives normally. A bit of tiredness, they chalk it up to getting older. Some blurry vision, they assume it's just natural decline. A scratch that heals slowly, they blame it on thinning skin. And by the time it's discovered, it's too late. Complications have quietly advanced. The disease doesn't announce itself, but the body has been sending signals for a very long time. This video will help you see the 5 silent signs many older adults experience, not knowing they're related to diabetes. These are not dramatic symptoms, but very small changes, easy to overlook, yet they are your body's earliest warnings. If you recognize them early, you can manage the disease from its initial stages, preventing dangerous complications like blindness, limb necrosis, or kidney failure. You will learn how to care for your health proactively and scientifically, so your later years can still be a chapter worth living. So please stick with us through today's video. And if you find this topic helpful, go ahead and subscribe so you never miss new content that helps you and your loved ones live healthier every day. Now let's begin. Sign 1, unusual thirst and frequent urination. Have you ever felt thirstier than usual, even when the weather isn't hot and you haven't been very active? Are there days you finish a glass of water only to feel thirsty again minutes later, as if your body can never get enough? And then you also find yourself urinating more often, even at night, waking up 2 or 3 times just to use the restroom. If these things are happening, do not just assume it is a normal part of aging. The truth is, when your blood sugar level rises, your body tries to eliminate the excess sugar through your urine. That is why you urinate more. And as your body loses water through urination, you will feel constantly thirsty to compensate. This is the silent but very characteristic cycle of early-stage diabetes. It does not cause pain or obvious symptoms, just a need for water, then a trip to the restroom, then more thirst. Larry, a retired mechanic from Texas, once shared that he noticed he was always carrying a water bottle with him. "I was just thirsty," he said. "I thought it was the hot weather." But when his wife noticed him waking up to urinate 4 times a night, she urged him to see a doctor. The result? His blood sugar was in the pre-diabetes range. Luckily, he caught it early and changed his diet in time. The thing is, so many people, maybe you or a loved one, are in the same situation as Larry, but they ignore it. They think drinking a lot of water is a good habit, that frequent urination is just an age thing. But if these signs have appeared recently, suddenly, and without explanation, it could be your body's way of warning you. The good news is that if you pay attention in time, you can absolutely check your blood sugar and adjust your lifestyle before things get serious. Cutting back on sugar in your diet, maintaining a healthy weight, and getting some light exercise daily, these are simple but incredibly effective steps to bring your body back into balance. You can start today with one small thing. Make a note of how many times you urinate each day for a week. If the number exceeds 7 or 8 times, especially at night, consider it a noteworthy signal. Your body is saying something, and you have every right to listen and act to protect yourself. Sign 2, wounds that heal slower than usual. Have you noticed lately that small cuts on your skin seem to take longer to heal? Maybe it is just a scrape from bumping into a table, or a small nick while preparing a meal. But instead of healing in a few days, it lingers for a week, or even 2, still oozing or looking red. If this happens regularly, you should not ignore it. When your blood sugar is high for a long time, the small blood vessels in your body, especially in your hands and feet, gradually become damaged. As a result, blood cannot circulate well to these areas, slowing down the natural healing process. Not only that, but the immune system of someone with diabetes is also affected, making it harder for the body to fight off bacteria and more prone to infection. I remember Elaine, 72, from Arizona. She got a small scratch on her ankle from bumping into a cabinet. She thought it was nothing serious, that a quick cleaning would be fine, but after nearly 2 weeks, the wound had not healed, and the surrounding skin began to swell. When she saw a doctor, she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and told the wound was due to poor circulation. I never imagined such a small cut could lead to something so big, she shared. Many older adults tend to think they just heal slowly because of age. But slow healing wounds are one of the earliest and most visible signs of diabetes that many people disregard, especially in the feet, the area farthest from the heart. If blood flow is poor, even a small callus or cut can become a serious ulcer if not detected and treated properly. What can you do right now? It is very simple. Observe the small wounds on your body. If a wound does not improve after 5 to 7 days or starts showing signs of infection like redness, swelling, pain, or pus, you should see a doctor to get your blood sugar checked. At the same time, prioritize daily skincare by keeping it clean, moisturized, and carefully checking your feet, especially if you have ever felt numbness or coldness in your feet while sleeping. Detecting diabetes early through small signs like slow healing wounds not only helps you manage the disease, but also prevents more dangerous complications like infection, necrosis, or even amputation. And the great thing is, you do not have to do anything drastic. Just start by paying attention to the very small things on your own body, because sometimes your body is already speaking. You just have not heard it clearly. Sign 3, persistent, unexplained fatigue. Do you ever feel exhausted even when you have done nothing at all? You wake up one morning, the sky is clear, the house is quiet, everything is as usual, but your body feels heavy, lifeless, unwilling to get out of bed. And strangely, that feeling lasts day after day, even if you are getting enough sleep and eating regularly. If this unexplained fatigue keeps repeating, it might not just be a sign of aging. It could be one of the silent manifestations of diabetes. When your body's blood sugar is high or unstable, your cells cannot effectively absorb energy from food. Even though you have eaten and consumed calories, your body cannot convert it into usable fuel. It is like a car with a full tank of gas, but the engine will not start. You have the fuel, but you cannot use it. The result is a state of prolonged energy deficiency, leaving you constantly feeling drained, despite no significant physical exertion. Thomas, 70, from Florida, used to think his fatigue was just what happens when you get old. But then he realized something was wrong. After just a few minutes of walking in his yard, he had to sit down. He used to garden for hours without tiring. At his checkup, his doctor found his blood sugar was very high, and his fatigue was because his body was not converting sugar into energy. I never thought simple tiredness was a sign of something so big, he recounted. What is concerning is that many older adults are so used to this lack of energy that they assume it is normal. They do not think being tired is something to see a doctor about, and that is what allows diabetes to progress silently, undetected, especially when fatigue is accompanied by irritability, mood swings, or a lack of focus. It is a clear sign your body is out of balance. So what should you do? Try rating your energy level each day on a scale of 1 to 10. If you are consistently below a 6 for a full week without any particularly stressful activity, it is time to consider a health checkup, especially your blood sugar. At the same time, start with small things to improve your metabolism, like drinking enough water, reducing refined carbohydrates, and adding some light movement each day. Feeling energetic is not a luxury in old age. It is a right you deserve. Do not be so quick to accept fatigue as an inevitable part of life. Listen to your body, because sometimes that unexplained weariness is the earliest and gentlest signal for you to start taking a more active role in your health journey. If you are still watching and finding this helpful, please comment with the number 3 below to let me know. And if you have not subscribed yet, I encourage you to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss new videos. Your support helps us continue to create more helpful and inspiring content. Sign 4, blurry vision or sudden changes in sight. Have you noticed lately that your vision isn't as sharp as it used to be? You wake up one morning, the words in the newspaper are suddenly blurry, license plates are unclear, or the face of the person in front of you seems veiled by a thin mist. You try cleaning your glasses, changing the light, closing one eye, then the other, but that blurriness remains. Many people attribute this to age, but if the change is fast, sudden, or unusual, it could very well be an early warning sign of diabetes. When blood sugar is high, it can seep into the tissues of your eyes, especially the lens, causing it to retain water, which changes its shape and curvature. This can make your vision blurry, out of focus, or cause dizziness when reading. Not only that, but if diabetes persists without good control, it can damage the small blood vessels in the retina, leading to a serious complication called diabetic retinopathy, which can cause permanent vision loss if not detected in time. Margaret, a 69-year-old from California, said she knew something was wrong when the words started blurring while she was reading at church. She thought it was just dim lighting or her old glasses. But when it did not improve after a week, she went for an eye exam, and her doctor immediately had her blood sugar checked. The result? She had undiagnosed type 2 diabetes. Fortunately, she caught it in time and began adjusting her diet, taking medication, and stabilizing her blood sugar. After a few months, her vision gradually returned to normal. Quite a few older adults accept blurry vision as an inevitable part of life, not knowing their eyes are one of the first places to signal an imbalance in the body. If you have ever experienced blurry vision after eating something sweet, eye strain, sensitivity to bright light, or needed to change your glass prescription frequently in a short time, these are all signals that need attention. You do not have to wait until things become serious. Be proactive and get regular eye exams every 6 to 12 months, not just for a new prescription, but for the doctor to examine your retina and assess the condition of its blood vessels. If you have never had your blood sugar checked, get a simple test done. It only takes a few minutes, but could help protect your eyes and your overall health. Because your eyes do not just help you see, they are also a delicate window into what is happening inside your body. Do not wait until everything becomes a blur for seeking help. Clarity, both in your vision and in your healthcare choices, always begins with small but proactive steps. And today might be the day you choose to take a closer look at yourself. Sign 5, numbness or tingling in the hands and feet. Have you ever felt like your feet have lost feeling when you get out of bed in the morning? Or been woken up at night by a sensation of pins and needles or a crawling feeling in your fingers or calves? The feeling is not intensely painful, but it is a dull, uncomfortable nuisance that keeps you from sleeping soundly or walking naturally. If this sensation persists, it could be a warning sign that your peripheral nervous system is being affected, a silent but common complication in people with high blood sugar. When blood sugar remains high over time, it damages the protective sheath of your nerve fibers, especially in areas far from the heart, like your hands and feet. As a result, people begin to feel numbness, tingling, burning, or a pins and needles sensation. This often happens at night when you are resting and your body starts to speak up. A loss of sensation in the feet also increases the risk of falling or stepping on a sharp object without realizing it, something extremely dangerous for older adults. George, 73, from Michigan, used to think he just had poor circulation in his legs because his soles felt numb with every step. But when his doctor investigated further, he was diagnosed with diabetes he had had for years without knowing, and nerve damage had already begun. I never thought an itchy foot was related to diabetes, he said, but it turned out to be one of the most important signs. Many older people still think numbness in their hands and feet is from sitting too long, sleeping in the wrong position, or just poor blood flow. But if that feeling repeats without a clear reason, especially if you notice a loss of sensation at your fingertips or toes, it is a signal you should not ignore. Detecting nerve damage early gives you a chance to stop the complication from spreading. So what should you do? First, try testing the sensation in your feet by lightly touching the top and bottom with a pen cap. If you feel a difference or a loss of sensation in certain spots, see a doctor soon. At the same time, make a point to keep your feet clean, avoid walking barefoot indoors, and choose soft, non-abrasive footwear. Your nervous system is the wiring for your sensations, and it is also your body's quiet whisper. If you notice small changes, like itching, numbness, or tingling, see it as a gentle reminder to take better care of yourself. Your feet do not just help you stand firm, they are also the first to signal what is happening inside. And if you listen in time, you can preserve that steadfastness for years to come. We have just walked through the 5 most characteristic yet silent signs of diabetes in older adults: unusual thirst and urination, slow healing wounds, persistent fatigue, sudden vision changes, and a tingling numbness in the hands and feet. Each small sign, seemingly harmless, is one of the first signals your body sends, quietly but patiently. The worrying part is not the symptoms themselves, but that so many people are living with them without realizing it. They get used to the fatigue, the blurry vision, the pins and needles in their feet each night. They think it is just old age. But you are different. Now you know. And that is the most important first step. I invite you to pause for a moment and ask yourself, are any of these 5 signs happening to you or to a loved one? Has something in your body ever made you wonder, only for you to dismiss it, thinking it's probably nothing? Today, you have a reason to look again, and you have a chance to make a change. None of us can turn back time, but we can always do something starting right now. The good news is, checking your blood sugar is not difficult, and adjusting your lifestyle does not have to be extreme. You just need to listen to your body, truly listen. Let your proactivity today be a gift to yourself for years to come. If this video helped you realize something, please leave a comment below, share your thoughts, or mention someone you think should see this video. Your story could help one more person recognize the early signs and avoid unnecessary complications. And if you want to keep receiving gentle yet practical content like this, please subscribe to the channel. Your support is the motivation for me to continue making videos just for you with all my respect, care, and understanding. Thank you for staying until the end. I will see you in the next video. I hope that from today, you will look at your body with gentler eyes and a more proactive heart.